Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Veronica for video 3 of our Encanto Breakdown mental health chat series. I love this movie so much. I hope you love it too. If you're watching this, you probably do. How many times have you seen it is my question. And yes, I love this. So right now we are at the part right after Dolores tells Mirabel that she heard Luisa's eye twitching all night. And so we're about to jump in. Thanks for following us on this journey. Oh, that background. I love how she brings 5 glasses. She's like, I got you. And Felix. Be in the calm in Pepa's storm.
I told them to warm up.
He's so cute. Tonito, there it is. We mentioned that in the first video. She's like not even trying to be quiet about it. She's like, you know. I love how Felix is like, oh, I didn't mention it before, but I love how when Antonio has he's like, I asked them to warm up your seat. You see Theo Felix on the side like do a thumbs up to his boy. I love him so much. His character is like so great. He's just this like supportive dad husband figure, which we don't see a lot in Disney movies. Love those yellow chairs.
About Mariano's proposal to Isabel.
Oh, that smile. That pained smile on Isabella's face. She's like,
With our perfect Isabella.
I have questions about Dolores' gift because that does not seem like a gift. Like she's like, let me just be your... That pressure, our community is counting on us. So much pressure. Pressure. Speaking of which.
Sorry, what is your problem? Hey, Luisa, hold up!
So much rage at that one. She's like so beyond strong. She's like, whatever. Not even phased.
Luisa, if you know what's hurting the magic and it gets worse because you won't tell me.
Guilt trip.
Nothing's wrong.
Guilt trip. That'll get her turned around.
Wow. Why would anything be wrong?
I love how
I'm totally fine.
I've seen
Magic's
pointed
fine,
out like
Magic's
she's
fine.
always has donkeys nearby, the beast of burden.
I'm the strong
This
one.
song.
Not nervous.
So
I'm as
good.
tough as the crust of the earth is.
Okay. What?
I don't ask how hard the
So
work
many
is.
people are like feeling this song and relating to this pressure.
Handed, I break what's demanded, but the circus a tight
You can't carry all that weight
circus
and it not affect you. I'm pretty sure I'm worthless if I can't be of service. Like that right there. There's so many theme in this about worth and like what gives you your worth and what gives you your value. And I love that they address that because here Luisa's fear is that if she can't produce for the family, for the town, for everybody, then she said, I'm pretty sure I'm worthless. And so that is such a heavy burden to carry, which this whole song is about. But right, this song is amazing. I love the beats. I love all the message. Her song reminds me of TikTok, where Isabella's song reminds me of Instagram. But like the dances, I'm like, it's such a TikTok song. Yeah, who am I if I fall? It's just like, and then she is protecting her sister, doing what it takes, being the strong one all the time, always. Oh, just feeling that pressure of doing it all alone. All right, so it talks about like how she hides her nerves. So I am, like I mentioned in my first video, I'm a mental health graduate student. And so I'm working my way into being a licensed counselor. And I tell you, a lot of the clients that I see, there's some element of carrying things alone. And more often than not, I have clients that for whatever reason don't have a great support system at the moment, and it really affects our mental health. And this is one thing that I see like in Luisa's story. She's like carrying this burden all by herself. She has to do it all. She has to be all. She has to like be this by herself. And like I love at the end of the movie when we see her and her sisters like doing things together, and it's like, oh yeah, like that connection and that ability to do it together, where she doesn't have the freedom for that right now. Oh. I never noticed the donkeys in the background. The trio, which seems like it's a Titanic reference. I already look like a Titanic reference, but in the Titanic there was like the string quartet or trio or whatever that were like played like until the Titanic broke apart or something. So I never realized the donkeys were back there doing that. Can I somehow prove it? That's the thing, like when you're putting this much energy and this much effort into being the strong one, then it is not sustainable. Like, it is not. And so she is owning that. And I love how honest this song is. And musically, how it's like build, 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 build. It's like, oh, this song is so good. And I love how they have her grabbing for her glasses. The unicorn donkey. It's like, what? Okay, and can I say, for the altos in the house, we no longer only have Poor Unfortunate Souls as songs that are in our range. I love the honesty in her face here. You can see like just the pain. Ugh. The words and the animation here is just drives home this message so beautifully. Again with the TikTok dance. I love Luisa's character. We would be friends. I literally have a picture of me when I was little. I would get paid from my grandma for like making muscles when I was like probably 1 or 2. So I can relate to some of Luisa. I feel like I've done a lot of work to not stay in that space, but I totally get like some of...
What?
Luisa, the donkeys!
On it! Wait.
Oh, and she had that moment of vulnerability and like moment of being present and sharing, and then it's like, okay, back to it. Gotta get back.
Such a perfect match.
Perfect. So good for the Encanto. I will say, if you haven't watched this movie with headphones on, there are certain parts of it that are much clearer with headphones or with just a really great loud sound system. But like the part in We Don't Talk About Bruno, they like pan things differently and it's like, ooh.
Find the vision. Save the miracle.
I love that because it's like you expect that she's going through this curtain. It's like, nope, it's a drop. Your future awaits. It seriously is the worst. Oh my gosh. So high.
Welcome to the family.
That's me. I'll be like singing like, so much to do. Yeah. There's a story there. Like, where did that bridge go? What happened? I want to hear the story. Hopefully Disney does like a TV series or something to give us more about these characters because we've all fallen in love with them. So maybe we'll hear the story of the bridge one day. I love those sandals. Love them. And her skirt. And her shirt. That bird's face. Well, that was interesting when she said, what's hurting the magic, when she picked that up, that like everybody felt it. Or Abuela felt it at least. It was like a rumble. It's interesting. It's like, why is her, well, sure it's add to the adventure and suspense of it all, but it's like, why is her putting together the vision making his cave come crumbling down? Maybe it's just the adventure part, which is enough, but it's just kind of odd. All that sand. Sand is heavy too. No thanks. I love how they animated. Look at all those little tiny grains of sand on her clothes, on her face, on her, in her hair.
But then when I went to throw the donkeys in the barn, they were
Heavy. Of course, she ties in Mirabe's
What did you do?
name, so all of a sudden Abuela thinks it's her fault. She was just being there for her.
And whatever you're doing, stop doing it.
Have you ever seen How to Train Your Dragon? And the dad tells Hiccup to like stop all of this, and he's like, you just signaled to all of me, and he's like, yep. That's what this reminds me of, because it's like, just stop being you. Like, you is the problem, which it is not. We see Luisa in the background crying. She's hurting.
Why am I in your vision? Dear, jeez. Shoo.
She's like these dead clouds. The name. Talk about he who shall not be named.
Clear skies.
see, okay, that whole thing of like, it'll lead to thunder and then it'll lead to sprinkle. And then it's like, this is an example of a person who has not been taught how to navigate their feelings. And so then it's like, okay, no, so if I have this small negative feeling, it's going to lead to a hurricane, as we will hear in a second. But it's like, that is one of the important things about learning to navigate our feelings, especially early on when they're smaller feelings, because then we can work through them. But Pepa has never had the freedom to navigate her feelings and to feel her feelings and to express her feelings because of the fear of where it's going to go. And so you see her here like, nope, I just had clear skies. Like, I have to brush away all of my feelings and I have to like only have clear skies. Every time there's a cloud, like she gets flack for it, or she gives, she's learned to give herself flack for it. And so I love her earrings. I love the sunshine, even though it's like all that pressure for clear skies that that's her trigger word. Ooh, Bruno brings it up.
We don't talk about Bruno.
I know.
Less positive.
It was a nightmare.
Felix!
And you need to know, baby. You need to know.
Felix!
And then,
Okay, hold on.
boom.
All that was so great. Okay, I love in this. So Pepa, Bruno, and Julieta are all 50, which we figured out somewhere along the line. And I love how they animated like that Felix is graying. Julieta has gorgeous gray hair too. And then Bruno has some gray. Pepa seemed to either not be graying or she is dyeing her hair. But I just love the detail because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to gray. And I'm like, oh yay, we have some gray representation that's like not horribly animated.
We don't talk about Bruno. What if you didn't? We don't talk about
She's like, nope. I love his like, he's like, yeah, we are. I love their duets, her facial expressions, and just their play together. Oh, I love that line, how he hits that, and then his dancing again. What a joyous day. But anyway, we don't talk about Bruno. Pepa got overwhelmed because she thought that he was giving her a prophecy. Okay, right here. 3 times Bruno's in the background right there. Down to falling sand right there. I love her voice right there. He's on the other side. I love her dancing, her voice. Ugh, Dolores is on. There he is, bopping. Again, the voices. Camilo's voice is so awesome. And he like brings in all what the town says, what the old wives' tales or whatever. This is the rumors that go. No. I'm like, yeah, girl. No. Your fate is sealed when your prophecy is read. Like any of those things were his fault. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice this first time, but Mirabel's face right there. And you can even hear a little, like, seriously, so funny. Mariano, that's his name. How old we don't really know how old everybody is. What do you guys think? Like, how old is everybody? Everything's gotta be perfect. Not a sound out of you. I love this, the build. And she's like, her desperation is like building. Time for dinner. Oh, this part, so amazing. I love how they throw the glasses. And that was like one of the only times that we saw Pepa and Isabela interacting with each other. The layering of the song is so beautiful. All the parts, so gorgeous. Even everybody bringing their own like personality to the dance. And Luisa is almost like she's free to be sad, like she came bummed. Okay, listen to this. Mira boo, got your party pants on. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but Dad is voiced by none other than he's the guy who did the voice for Handy Manny. So that's interesting. Okay, so for those who are non-Spanish speaking, miércoles is Wednesday. It's the word for Wednesday, but the beginning of miércoles sounds like the beginning of the word for the explicative. Just in case kids are watching, we'll just say the explicative for poo. So yeah, that is a funny little thing that they did there, because technically he's just saying Wednesday, but he's really saying oh. So yeah, so that'll be the end of our third video because that's a good place to stop there. I hope you're enjoying this little walkthrough of Encanto and chit chat about mental health. And yeah, this is the third video, so if you haven't seen the first two, pick up on them, watch them, like, subscribe, all the YouTube things, and join us on this journey, not only for Encanto, but I'm going to continue to put out videos about mental health, all aspects of mental health. If you have any questions or anything that you'd like to see covered, feel free to put it in the comments, and I would love to see if I can put stuff out there. So, all right, see you at the next video.